Welcome to Refrigeration. This is John Weber. I'm Wesley. I'm the Eastern Sales Manager. I've been with Pro for about 7 years, and I work with Lauren Colley, who covers the East region. We also have the Western team, Andrew Logan, and Nico Lukoff, who cover that. That way we have regional sales support throughout the country. We also have 2 manufacturing locations, one on the East Coast and on the West Coast. Hopefully you were able to tune into Jim tour of Auburn, Washington yesterday. As I mentioned, John and I are going to be showing you around our Knoxville, North Carolina facility today. So a little bit about Pro Refrigeration. We've been in business about 30 years. Jim, our CEO, started the business with his father. They really kept the teeth in the dairy industry. And then, the craft beverage industry was still in its infancy, but it didn't take us long to realize that we had a product that really fit that market well. So we've been in the craft beverage industry, beer, wine, distilleries for 25 plus years. And as far as beer itself goes, really probably a 40 to 45% market share. So big shout out to all the new breweries. Couldn't do it without all of your support. And then throughout this process, we'll do a Q&A at the end. So any questions, please ask those, and we'll answer them at the end of the tour. You also have an opportunity for some one-on-ones. There should be something that pops up on your screen towards the end and gives you that opportunity. And that way you can be able to speak to the regional salesperson. Unfortunately, we're not in San Antonio this weekend having beers. I was telling John, I think this would be my 6th CBC. But this is definitely the first Craft Brewers Conference week that I have managed to escape without a hangover. So if there's any silver lining to the COVID-19 pandemic, that's about all I've got. But speaking of COVID, we at Pro haven't taken that lightly and have taken a lot of precautionary measures to prevent further spread of the virus. John's here every day. He can probably discuss that a little bit more and practices that the procedures that we have in place.
Just as Wesley said, we're really taking it seriously. We want to make sure that we're ensuring the health of our people first and foremost. And so we're requiring masks throughout our facility. We also are limiting the number of people who are coming in that are not Pro employees. And we're really trying to keep strict social distances. So some of that has been changing the way we work and making sure we're spreading out a little bit more. But really important that we're trying to keep a close eye on contact and looking out for our people at the end of the day.
Despite saying that, we and I usually wearing masks and standing within 6 feet of each other, but that's for the sake of this audio. So we're going to get the tour started. We've been battling some technical issues, as well as I think we're down on the battery life as well, so we might have to speed up through some of these processes. So first step, this is the back shop where all raw metals are taken, and this is just the first step, and I'm kind of going into the crane. John's grabbing something here that we can talk a little bit more. We have some CAD drawings, and you want to touch on that, John?
Yeah, as Wesley said, this is where the chiller starts. So this is really the life of the chiller system right here begins. It all starts with what we call our blue book, but it's a rider that goes throughout the production process from the frame fabrication all the way through the end. We have engineered drawings in here, 3D models, and ultimately that's what our fabrication team uses to build the structure behind it. Once the structure is built, we have quality inspections done both on the technician who's building the equipment, but also on our quality manager. And we'll talk to Alan a little bit later. He'll go over what he does, but he does every workshop. He does a full quality inspection.
I think, can we get a sound check real quick? We just had some guys over there that said they're good here. So, okay, good. So we're going to head over to the paint booth. As you can see, we've got a crane, above that crane here that's taking the unit into our paint booth. Definitely say this is one of the larger paint booths here on the East Coast.
At least in Davie County.
Absolutely, in Davie County.
It's a 40-foot long paint booth, but before we get to the paint booth, we do want to recognize the crane that we installed with the facility. The crane itself is capable of 9 tons, and it is able to lift everything from our smallest system all the way up to our largest system. The booth itself is 40 feet long and has doors at both sides, entry at both sides and exit at both sides, so that we're able to feed our production lines on both sides of our facilities from this booth. Once the doors close, it is a cross ventilation booth. It has incubation mode. It can go up to 175 degrees, which really gets us a nice cure on that paint and gives us a really good finish on the paint itself. It is liquid spray paint that we're using, and we have a couple different options that we put on based on the environment it goes into.
Okay, so from there we'll head over to the first step, or I guess after paint booth, we go to the assembly line. We just walk past our mandrel bender and our sub-assembly.
And sub-assembly is something we're starting to do a lot more of, especially within pre-vent. We really like pre-vent pipe. It reduces the number of fittings, and it's ultimately a huge benefit from a quality standpoint as well.
So we'll break it down here. We have three product lines and three assembly lines, a small, a medium, and a large assembly line. And they start with a component mount, a pipe up, wire up, and then insulation. So that's really, I mean, obviously there's a lot more in depth than that. We can discuss a few of the components and stuff that we use here at Pro.
And as Wesley said, so on this side of our facility that we're walking through right now, these are our two large production lines. On the other side, we do small and we do our medium systems. It starts, again, in component mount, where we take raw material and we marry it up to the equipment. And then we it slides from there into our piping department. And by route, we'll get you centered back around. It goes into our piping department, where we dry fit all of our piping first. We inspect it according to the 3D models that are in our blue books or our lighters. And then once it's inspected and approved, we go on to brazing, soldering, and then we do a pressure test, a vacuum, before it's cut, and it goes on into our wire-up department. Our wire-up department is where our electrical panel meets up with the chiller itself. We'll show you the electrical panel shop here in a minute, but the panel is mounted, and all of the individual components that were installed in component mount are wired up, tested, inspected, and again, throughout each section, we do a quality inspection to ensure that everything is done in accordance with what the customer ordered and Pro standards.
Okay, so let's head over to the Etl Panel Shop.
Last thing though, we do want to hit on is insulation.
Oh yeah.
So insulation is a very important part of the process here at Pro. As I think in the tour that Jim did yesterday, he showed some of the insulation we're doing on the M45s, and it's something we take very seriously. We want to prevent condensation and moisture buildup, and it's really a crucial job here at Pro. It's an artisan type of approach, and they do a great job. We're really proud of the people we have here doing our installation work.
A lot of efficiency gain there. So, all right, now we'll head over to the panel shop. And normally there's obviously people in here working, but we're on the East Coast and it's approximately 4:30, so everybody's cut out for the day, and we're trying to reduce some noise. But here's our panel shop. John, this is kind of the brains behind the chiller, you want to call it, but you want to expand on that at all?
Yeah, it's an ETL panel shop. So all of the panels built here are ETL listed and inspected by Intertech. These are a close relationship between this shop and our engineering department. There's a lot of back and forth between those two teams, but everything is done in accordance with UL 508A standards. And again, we do get quarterly inspections from Intertech to maintain that list.
Okay, so from here, this is the last really step as far as brains and components and everything else within the chiller. You could have an operational chiller at this point, which is what we have over here, and every system is transferred from there to our testing center. We have a 500,000 BTU an hour load center where we put every chiller through the test, try to simulate a real life scenario, and that way we ensure that when it gets to your facility, we don't have any issues, or at least eliminate what we can before routing.
This is also if you had sort of installed Elliott, our remote access system, our cloud system. This would be where that first goes into play and is commissioned. So any factory records that occur when we're testing the system all would go up to your Elliott account. So when you get that chiller, the first records you're going to see are going to be the commissioning in our factory all the way up into your use at your location.
And just as far as Elliot, for you guys that don't know, that's our
Remote monitoring system that we have here for refrigeration. Again, any questions or if you want to learn more about that, we can definitely extend on that one. There's also a webinar that you can watch that we did the other day that I believe is still listed on VCon if you're looking for more information.
So we just got the sign that we're down to 5% on our battery, so we got to speed it up. So if we don't get to answer questions, definitely hit us up for the one-on-one, and we'll get those for you. You can also reach out to us on our website for chiller.com. This is really the last stage of the chiller, where on the top, where all our panels are made. We have lasers, gears, etc. I don't think we need to go into a whole lot of detail since we're running low on battery. If you want to mention something, we can go there.
Yeah, we can check it out. This is a 3 kW CNC fiber laser that we just installed about 1.5 years ago. It's been a huge increase in the quality of our sheet metal equipment, and it's a piece of equipment that we really enjoyed. If you can get a shot there. The speed increase when we moved to this laser has been quite dramatic over our prior laser.
So I think from here we'll go over to final assembly. That was just the last step, and then also the last stop in the tour. So not only is this final assembly ship prep, where this is our last point of quality control as well. We've got to meet Alphonse forever. I'm not calling him old Alphonse.
Yeah, Alphonse is our quality manager, and he's doing a final inspection on this unit right here. And Alphonse, do you want to give him a quick overview on what the quality process is here?
Okay, hi guys. I'm just starting out right now. This is a unit that just came out of test. This is what we call our final ship and prep stage. Right now, the guys are going to come in tomorrow. They'll complete this unit, get it prepped out, detailed, and get it ready for the customer. They'll get it all signed up. It's going to look perfect. I spent some time in the test area with this unit last night with Jeff Thompson. He went through it, looked at the Z-base, went through this unit, fine-tuning, making sure this unit is going to be in perfect condition for the customer's going to. So looks like it's going to be side deck equipment, but this unit is going to be a really nice, a nice statement.
But also just to re-edify on the process you do for final inspection on the tablet itself, you want to kind of shed some light on that?
Yeah, with the tablet, I'm going to do a quality check. I got some bullet points, items that I need to go through and check on this unit. So, like I said, as soon as they finish the final ship and prep on this unit, I'll go through again, make sure that nothing was missed, make sure everything is perfect for the customer.
And these inspections occur throughout the process, is that correct? Throughout?
Every stage of the process is going to be a self-inspection followed by quality inspection. We'll go through, they'll make sure that they have everything done in the engineering package. They'll go through, make sure everything is in order as far as for what the customer is asking for. When they're completed, they'll call for a quality check. I'll come out, I'll bring out my tablet, and I'll go through those critical points to make sure nothing was missed.
Awesome. Thanks, Alphonse. And so we were hoping to walk you guys over and check out the cold room. Like I said, I think we're about 3% now from being. So we're going to have to wrap this up, unfortunately. But if you guys want to ask any questions or anything while we got a little bit of time, we can try and squeeze those in before we get shut down. Any questions? So, okay, no questions. So I guess that wraps everything up. Again, appreciate everybody tuning in, and hopefully, you can hit us up for some one-on-ones and talk to a regional person more about Elliot or what chiller system best fits your application. So thanks again, and hopefully we'll see you in the next Craft Brewers Conference, whenever that may be. Hopefully in 2021. But thanks again. Take care. Appreciate it, guys.